Hey, welcome back to Emlyn in the Mix, Season 2, Episode 45. And yes, we're rolling along. It is cyber season, so we've got a lot of deals to go over today for you guys. Lots of Black Friday deals. Pretty much every audio software and audio hardware company is doing a Black Friday sort of sale at the moment, but I've just managed to pick out the ones which I think you guys will like and which are of notable interest. Thanks so much for joining me. This is the Emlyn in the Mix podcast. We're just jumping straight into it today. Gonna go straight into the deals. If this is your first time on the podcast, what is this podcast about? Of course, it is about music technology, studio recording gear, music gear, or just general music and audio banter if you like that sort of stuff. My name is Emlyn. Welcome to the podcast. I'm here for you guys. I'm here to service and make your life interesting in the studio. Or if you're not in the studio, you're listening on the road and you're thinking about getting back into the studio, this podcast is perfect for you. I don't know where I'm going. Already the podcast is going crazy. Thanks to my regular listeners. Thank you so much for coming back and joining me. If you want to support this podcast, please hit the link below in the description of this podcast, either on the YouTube video or in the podcast description. You can shout me a coffee. Yeah, shout me a coffee. Boom. I'd love it. That's what keeps me hyper so I can do this podcast for you, because I do them quite early in the morning, actually, for those of you who don't know. And without further ado, I think that's pretty much everything. I'm going to say this now. I will say at the end of the podcast, please leave me a review. I get all your feedback. Would love to see what you guys think of this podcast. You can do that also in the iTunes podcast description. Pretty simple. Come on, guys. I read all of your reviews. It's weird, Apple, and I've said this so many times, but Apple, they separate the per country where the comments go. So if you're from the USA or you're from Germany, the comments are going to different sections, but I've actually found a way to find my worldwide comments. So I do read them all. We have set up an email as well if you want to reach out to me, emlyninthemix@gmail.com. If you're a software dev, music software dev, or you're just a listener and you want me to check something out, please hit me up, slide into my DM there. All right, let's get stuck into it. So this is all going to be a lot of Black Friday deals, of course, cyber season right now. A couple of new products towards the end of this podcast. Stick around for those. Welcome to Emlyn in the Mix. Wow, what a long intro. All right, let's get stuck into it. Melodyne 5. So Melodyne 5, what is it? It's been out for a little while. It is essentially an auto correction tool for vocals, but you can also use it on instruments. I'm not going to say auto-tune, although I just said it then. I guess it is. It's not like auto-tune, though. It is an auto-tune facility which you can use. So about a year and a half ago, Melodyne 5 was introduced to the world, and some of the new features are better vocals, less time spent editing, perfect control precision, targeting de-esser function, musically perfect intonation correction, adapt recordings and samples swiftly to your own songs, no knowledge of music theory required, and per note dynamic editing, even in polyphonic material. Now, I do have a little video here I want to play back for you. I just wanted to mention that I got a Black Friday sale, of course, as we're going to be going over the deals at the moment. So at the moment, you can update for as little as $69, or you can get the full upgrade to the 5 Studio for $199. So these are cheaper, but it is also pending on that if you have an earlier version of Ceremony. Check it out. If not, they do have a deal on getting the full product here. It is a worthy piece of software to have, especially if you're editing a lot of vocals or singers for that matter for songs. I'm just going to play this video back a little bit just so you can see what's new in Melodyne 5. Here we go.
Now in Melodyne 5, new technologies for better results and less time. Experience a breakthrough in vocal processing with the new sibilant detection. Sibilants and breaths are detected and marked automatically, and only changed optically, not acoustically, when notes are moved. This accords with the nature of the human voice, so the results sound particularly authentic, and you're spared all the snipping and slicing that was necessary before. Also with timing, the only thing stretched is what the singer would stretch, the pitched part of the syllable. Sibilants and percussive consonants are left untouched. All users benefit from this, from Melodyne Essential Up. Now vocals sound even more natural, and they're dead easy to optimize. with full control of dynamics from Melodyne Assistant Up. Suppress S sounds or emphasize them.
That's awesome.
Anything's possible on lead, dub, or harmony vocals. They all will benefit from it. And incidentally, it's also the perfect de-esser. It's child's play to use, tightly focused on the problem zones, and in no way compromises the rest of the vocal sound. Also new, musically weighted intonation detection. Now double-clicking and the pitch macro deliver the right results instantly. New functions also for amplitude control. Add fades, even to individual notes, even in polyphonic material. And the new leveling macro for more even dynamics. And Melodyne 5 further accelerates your workflow. The chord track provides the ideal musical context, with a pitch grid reflecting the chord sequence. So when you move notes, they snap to pitches that suit the song. Great for restructuring vocal lines, and everything else as well. Make any sample fit any song, all with a simple double click. Even better for vocals, and completely new possibilities for composing and arranging. That's Melodyne 5. Time for a major update.
That's crazy. So that's what's new in Melodyne 5 by Salamoni there. Amazing stuff indeed. It is a magical piece of software, and if you don't have this, then do yourself a favor, especially if you're doing a lot of vocal editing, vocal as in singing, editing, and music production in general. This is an amazing and incredible tool. If you haven't heard of it before, then definitely need to check this out. I've had this for quite some time, and it's just magic. Like, Auto-Tune is amazing. We're going to talk about Auto-Tune as well. They've got some Black Friday deals coming up here on the podcast as well. But it's a different kettle of fish in my opinion. This, I don't know, I just find this is, with the editor, of course, that makes it a cut above Auto-Tune, but it's just, it has a sound as well. I don't mean that in a bad way. It's a very natural and incredible sound, and it's almost hard to detect. I mean, for the average listener, they're not going to know whether you're using Melodyne on the track. Anyway, you just check it out. They do have some deals on upgrades at the moment with their Black Friday sale. All right, let's move along to our next product. It is, of course, coming to us from Korg. Got to mention Korg. They are best friends to Emlyn's YouTube algorithm. Anytime I mention Korg, my YouTube videos go absolutely nuts. So hopefully Korg and the YouTube algorithm today make some incredible love with each other. I don't know where this is just going nuts. Black Friday deals from Korg, 50% off at the moment. And if you haven't checked it out, Emlyn in the Mix on YouTube. If you're listening on the podcast, we did a overview of the Korg Collection 3 series. That's on sale at the moment. You got the Korg module series, they're on sale. So if we come down the bottom here, Korg Collection 3 series is a special price of $249. Sorry, it doesn't have the original price here. You've also got $199 for the Korg Collection 3 upgrade from M1 Ali. So that's the upgrade. So it just depends, but if you already have some Korg products, it may be worth logging on. They've got specials on the individual prices here as well. ARP Odyssey MS20, Poly 6, Mono, Poly M1, WaveStation, and MDEX. All looks like they're $49.99, except for, of course, the MDEX, which is half that price at $24.99, being that it's just an effects bundle, which don't, downgrade it just that it's effects bundle. It's very good little effects bundle. Anyway, we've checked all of these out on the channel. You can also get the Korg Gadget 2 series for iOS for the iPad. They're on special as well. And you got a bunch of module series, which is like their sample packs are on special as well, like as little as $3.99. I mean, some of these are 50% off, of course. But definitely go worth check. Oh yes, the iOS music apps. I almost forgot to mention these. These are exciting. These apps are so good from Korg. So this is good for you iPad users and iPhone users. Actually, no, so it is just for the iPad. There are some iPhone products here as well, but for the iPad, we got the Korg Mono iPoly, for example, the iWaveStation, the Odyssey, etc., etc. Fantastic. If you have an iPad, these are the most awesome sounding synthesizers on the iPad. Already too hyper. You guys are shouting me too many coffees, I think, and the caffeine's just flowing through my veins. Anyway, check out Black Friday deals on the Korg series. I do want to mention, I didn't mention this at the start of my insanely long intro on the podcast today. This podcast is not designed for you to, and I say this, I'll try to say this as much as possible. It's not designed for you to just spend money which you don't have. Please ensure that obviously you look after your loved ones during this Christmas period. And, you know, if you don't have the money, don't spend it. But if you've been eyeing off any of these products and you do have the money, then you should definitely reach out. This is the best time you're going to save some money. And maybe just with the products we go over today, maybe just have a look. Maybe there's one or two there, or one that you really want to get, then go do yourself a favor, get it. You are going to save money on it. But please keep in mind that I'm not here to, and I don't get any endorsement or kickback from any of these products, especially this week. Man, they're going cold on me. They're just interested in making money and sales. That's what they want to do. But having said that, this is the best time to save money on these products, and that's what I want to bring to your attention. All right, come along to our next product here. This is an interesting one. This is coming to us from emvoice, and of course, I've covered this on the podcast before. What is emvoice? It is an artificial intelligence singer. AI singer, I guess you could call it in short form. And they have two, I've covered this on Emlyn in the Mix. I think I just said that. Lucy and Jay, check them out. You can go to my YouTube channel after the podcast, check them out. Just search emvoice, Emlyn in the Mix, it should come up. So Lucy is, of course, your female singer, and Jay is your male singer. And their natural range is E2 to A4 for Lucy, and Jay, of course, being male, is a little bit lower, E1 up to not as high to C4. And you can extend the range C1 to C5. You can do that on both, actually. It might start sounding a little bit artificial up the top, but they actually sound pretty good. Let me give you some sound demos here of emvoice or emvoice. Sorry, not entirely sure which way you pronounce that. Let's have a listen here to one of the demos from Lucy.
When I saw you in the middle of the crowd, you are looking so fine. It felt as if we had met before, and I didn't know exactly what to say.
Sounds pretty good, doesn't it? So that's Lucy demo 1. Let's have a listen to Lucy demo 2. Of course, it's not a real singer. Oh, now how does it work? I didn't even mention how it works. This is a very interesting product, actually. So what you do is you have a timeline in the software, and you just type in what you want the singer to say. And then you can sort of like draw the notes and the way it's sung and the pitch and that sort of thing. It's very cool indeed. Let's look at demo 2 here from Lucy. A bit of a moodier, broodier sort of song there for Lucy. Let's check out Jay here, that male singer. It's pretty interesting. That does sound quite artificial. But look, considering how it works, it's pretty cool, this piece of software. A very interesting. Look, if you don't like singing, or you can't afford to get a singer, or you like this particular sound, I mean, you could make pop tracks with these singers, and it's all yours. The vocals are all yours. You don't have to pay anyone. Of course, you got to pay for the software. Let's have a look at demo 2 here from Jay.
Don't go down, just slow down. We both know it's true.
That's good.
There's nothing new, and I attempt to think it through.
That sounds really good.
I've been losing sight of you, and I no longer need you. I'll be missing all the things we used to do.
That's a good demo, actually. I think that's it. So that's J Demo 2. That was a much better example. That's actually, some of the vocals sounded a lot more real in that example there from Jay. Like the higher notes especially, like sound like a singer, like, you know, like R&B singer, like Neo or something. I don't know why I'm saying Neo. Such a zeitgeisty name. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, so that is emvoice. They're on special at the moment. I didn't even mention the special. $199 is the usual price. They're marked right down, nearly half price at $119 USD. If you like that, or you've been eyeing the emvoice off, this is now the best time to purchase it. And yeah, let's move along to the next product. So next one comes to us from EXO. We covered this, of course, on the channel as well. This has got an insanely good price. If you've been eyeing this one off, now is definitely the time to get it. But also, a lot of the XLN, I'll just see if I can go back here on the homepage for the Cyber Season deals here from XLN Audio. Pretty much everything's on special. Addictive drums, and then all their expansions. All the expansions, AD packs here as well. Very cool. You got all their MIDI packs are on sale. They got some good MIDI packs. XLN Audio makes some fantastic products, especially in the drum area. I love EXO, and that's why I wanted to feature it as part of their sale here. This is $64.50 USD. It is amazing. Essentially, it sorts all of your one-shot samples. So if you've collected quite a sample library, this will sort of put it all into one area. And if you're looking here on the YouTube video, it sort of creates a universe and separates all of your samples into different categories like kick, snare, special effects or whatever, SFX, and then you can, that's your whole universe of all your one-shot samples. Of course, you have to show it where you've saved it, so you've got to point it in the right direction, but that's fine. It will collect it all together. Even if it's across multiple hard drives, it will collect it all together. And then it's essentially, it's a beat creating tool. It creates really good beats. It's a very fun, easy to use tool. If you don't like programming drum loops, or you don't like, you know, essentially creating your own drum rhythms, then EXO is an excellent tool. Just like me, I don't like programming drums. I'm not good at programming drums. I'm going to be real with you guys. I suck at that. But EXO has made it so much easier to make really excellent drum loops, and I really enjoy it. It is such a joy to use, and now it is half price from XLN Audio. But check out all their other stuff. If you like their addictive drum range, or you want to get some expansion packs, MIDI packs, now is the time to get it. It's so much cheaper than it has been before. In fact, I'm jealous. If you get EXO at this price, I'm super jealous, because I definitely paid the full price for this. All right, let's move along to the next product as part of the Cyber deals, Black Friday deals. This has come to us from our friends at Baby Audio. So you can essentially save up 44% on their Friday. Oh, come on. You're going to make me say Friday? Black Friday sale is on right now. Baby Audio, and they got a bunch of their bundle deals are on special. You got the Vintage Vibes bundle, Essential Mix bundle, all plugins bundle, all marked down, reduced to really good prices, actually. $129 for the whole bundle. That's nothing. Individual plugin deals are also reduced there as well. So go check that out from Black Friday. Just showing you the deals of notable interest. But keep in mind that pretty much every software company and their dog is on special. I don't know why we say dog. I guess most people have dogs as a companion, but basically every music software company is having some sort of deal, and they're here to sell to you. And that's why I had to make this podcast about the Black Friday deals today, because there's not really much other news in the world of music technology other than this. There is 2 new products though that came out last week. We're going to go over those. All right, so next, Antares. This is our auto-tune friends, getting back to vocal correction. Auto-tune, who essentially make the, what are we calling it? It is probably the most, the most well-used and well-known vocal correction plugin on the planet. And they've got their all-access pass, which they've gone to a whole, subscription-based updating service, Auto-Tune Access, they're calling it. They do have a cut-down version of it at the moment, which, if you've been eyeing this off, it might be a better way to go. So you can save up to 70%, $150 a year, and that gives you everything that Antares has to offer. You got the Harmony engine, you got the mutator, you got the auto key and auto tune access, which is essentially it's a cut down version of Auto-Tune. But yeah, you can get this as part of their subscription-based service. If you like what they do, this might be worth checking out and getting some deals on their software there as well. Now, we did mention, we'll go to our next sale here. I don't know why I've gone out like that. Jump into Native Instruments here. We mentioned them last week on the podcast. Their deals are still, of course, going. All of these deals are going to go during cyber season. We're calling it cyber season, I suppose, because everybody's trying to cash in on making a quick buck with their software. But again, keep in mind they are reducing their software to really good prices. The complete 13 bundle, like, this is nuts. I know they put insane prices here. We spoke about this on the YouTube channel as well before, like, to make you freak out, like $10,000 of products. Yeah, I know it probably, I mean, it is. We're not going to doubt that. But right now, you got the update at 209 or 8. What is the actual... So if you don't own this, it's still quite expensive, but it is complete 13. You're getting a lot. $899 for the complete bundle. But skipping that, and that's Australian dollars, by the way. So USD, it's probably nearly half that. I'm on the Aussie version here. USD, it's probably, I don't know, $5.99, $4.99 for the complete bundle. I don't know. Look, it is a good deal. You're getting a lot in complete 13. You do have the individual plugins here though as well, which are on sale if that's not your kettle of fish. If you don't want to get the full bundle, you just want to get one or two little items here. They're on sale at the moment, so you can check those out. You got Backyard Jams, for example. That's an expansion pack for the Machine. Like, if you have the Machine Plus or you use Machine quite a lot, those expansion packs, which this one is essentially, it's brand new. We only looked at it on the podcast a couple of podcasts ago. It's half price at the moment. So look, and you can go show more results here. Let's have a look. Is there more expansion packs in here? Yeah. It looks like all the expansion packs are, maybe not all of them, don't quote me on that, but it looks like a lot of them are half price. Like Bump and Flavor, we only looked at that not long ago. Haze is more than half price. Yeah, this is cool. This might be worth, I mean, it is on my podcast for a reason. It is worth checking out. So they got some good, very good deals there. This next one comes to us from Roland. It is the Roland Cloud. This has nearly kicked me over the edge because I don't actually have Roland Cloud yet. Again, it's another subscription-based service. As we move in towards the future, it looks like subscription services are here to stay. Introduced only a year or two ago, subscription services have gained notable popularity, especially in most software forms, not just in the music technology sector, not just in the music gear sector, but across a lot of software. Like Adobe does subscription, Pro Tools have been doing subscription now for quite a while. It seems like the way to go, but you know, there's a point when you've got too many subscriptions. When do you cut back? So you got to look at what is good for you. What are you going to actually use? The good thing about subscription, though, to keep in mind is that, yeah, you can turn it on, but you can turn it off. So get what you need, make the track you need to make, then turn it off. So this was brought to my attention, especially when Reason 12 came out and they have their subscription service was new to the Propelheads. Well, they were not Propelheads anymore, Reason Studios company. And a lot of people were complaining. And then I saw in the comment section, hey, you know, you can turn it on, try it out, then just turn it off. So this is true, especially if you're paying month to month, this is very true indeed. But you got this Play for Life. So essentially what this is you buy an annual membership, and this is cool. This has come from Roland Cloud. So you can try it out for 1 year, and then you get to keep up to 2 lifetime keys. So that means that even if you finish the membership after the year, you get to keep 2 of the products from the Roland Cloud. So I think this is a really nice little promotion here coming from Roland. The Roland Cloud, I'm just going to read it back here from the promotion so you know what it is. Roland Cloud Holiday Promotion Play for Life is back. For a limited time, purchase 1 year of Roland Cloud Pro or Ultimate membership and get free Legendary Lifetime Keys. So you get to keep your favorite Legendary instruments for life, even if you don't renew your membership. I think this is a fantastic deal. And included in the Roland Cloud, you got heaps of really cool instruments. Can we go in here? Actually, let's have a quick look. Let's have a quick look. We'll jump into memberships here. And let's see. So you got your different memberships. This is comparing it here. It'd be good if it showed us. Anyway, you get a bunch. Here we go. What do we got here? Instruments. Model expansions. Here we go. This is what I wanted to see. There's heaps. We're not going to go over every single one here, but System 100, you got the SH101. These are all in software form. You got the System 8, JX3P, TR909. You got the Jupiter 8, of course, Tuno 106. I mean, there's two right there if you just wanted to keep those software in software form for life. And they are Roland, so they're going to sound really, I mean, they're Roland. They're Roland modeled hardware in software form. You know they're going to be perfect. So that's a good little deal. Get the cloud for 1 year, try it out. If you don't like it, you can turn it off, but you get 2 softwares out of that. I like that. I think that's a good promotion. All right, this next one. This is for my more wealthier listeners. I say that because this is Universal Audio. Their plugins are the best, some of the best on the planet. I put them up in the top 5 software plugins on the planet in terms of emulation. They sound unfreaking believable. And they got their 12 days of UAD sale, which they do pretty much every year. A bunch of software across the board. If you already own Universal Audio, you have an Apollo audio interface, this piece of news is for you. Heaps of deals going on. Pick any 2 plugins and, you know, they got some, save up to 40% on that. They're not cheap, of course, but again, they're the best emulations on, some of the best emulations, in my humble opinion, on the planet, in the planet, however you want to say, you're on the planet. And yeah, there's some great deals here. If you've been eyeing stuff off like Auto-Tune, you can buy the Auto-Tune, which is a real-time auto correction for Apollo using the Apollo hardware, is $149, which is usually $299. So again, you know, not the cheapest plugins on the planet, but a lot cheaper than what they usually are. So if you've been eyeing off any of the UAD, now's the time to do it. Galaxy Tape Echo, for example, is $99. Was $199. So, and this is USD, by the way. So a lot of this 50% off, some fantastic deals. Maybe there's just one in there you really wanted to get. Now's the time to do it. And they got heaps. Like, I'm just scrolling down here. You got the Alyssa series, you got SSL series, you got Marshall, you got all the big names. Manley, it's all here. All the big names in music technology are in here. You've even got Friedman, Halius type, Neve, you got the Neve series. I think I got the Neve series on Apollo. Very good. They just sound, they're just boss. They just, honestly, you almost can't top it. All right, let's move along. Now we've got some new products. Well, this first one's an expansion pack, actually. I thought this might be interesting. Trap bass comes to us from our friends at Roli. Wear out your woofers with trap basses, a powerful collection of saturated thuds, booming lows, frequencies, and room-rattling sub-bass that will resonate through. If you like trap music, if you like that bass sound, doesn't even have to be trap music. Like, think of artists like Rez. Rez makes really insane, deep bass. I don't even know what you call that genre. It's electronic music, but it's really out there. If you want deep basses, then you're going to check out trap basses. Trap basses as part of Roli's ever-expanding, never-ending expansion packs that seem to come out nearly on a weekly basis, as we've said in the past. These are our friends, though. I love Roli. Of course, no kickback from me. This time, at least. Let's have a listen to trap basses. Here we go. It's $9. Did I mention that? Reduced from $15 expansion pack, of course. Action. Alright, I think we get the idea on trap basses. Nice, deep, grimy. Even actually, if you make grime music has had a resurgence in the UK of late, which is really cool to see. I love grime. I grew up on a little bit of grime. You know, think of The Street. I mean, The Streets is more of a... The Streets is awesome rapper, a bit more commercial. did a little bit of grime. Even early, this is going to sound ridiculous, but even early, no, that wasn't grime. No, I'm going to take that back. I'm not even going to go there. But grime has had a resurgence of late. So if you like that grimy sort of bass, you know, heavy music, this is going to serve you indeed. So that's the expansion pack there from Roli. Check that out, trap basses, you like that. That is also on special as a Black Friday deal. As I said at the start of that demo, they're $9, reduced from $15. Keeping it cheap for you guys on the podcast here. All right, so next one. This one is a new product. So SSL EV2 Channel from Waves. This would probably most definitely should be on your hit list if you like channel strips or you need a new sounding channel strip, and there's so many good ones on the market, isn't there? So SSL EV2 Channel is having a Black Friday early deal at the moment. This plugin's going to go to $249, currently on sale for $39.99. So this is the time to get it, guys, but don't just rush out and get it. If it's not for you, or you already have an SSL emulation, maybe you don't need this. I already got a couple, I think. What is new about it? So what is this? Let's have a look. Authorized by Solid State Logic, SSL EV2 is a brand new recreation of the legendary SSL 4000E console channel strip with new features including the original SSL O2 blown brown EQ and the console's richly saturated mic pre and line inputs. SSL EV2 delivers a new level of analog depth and detail, an elevated take on the timeless SSL sound, and recreated from the ground up using Waves' new precision analog component technology. SSL EV2 has been modeled component by component from a meticulously maintained reference console selected by Solid State Logic. So sounds like Waves and Solid State Logic have worked together on this project. Let's have a quick look here. I think it's just a trailer. All right, here we go. Meet the all new SSL plugin Classic. SSL EV Channel 2 elevated. So you got remodeled from the ground up with the new SSL EQ2 flavor, the original Q2 brown knob, and the black knob. And introducing the brand new mic preamp section. Okay, so there's some new additions to your SSL channel strip. Make your mixes shine like never before. Doing a little promo for you there, Waves. Come on, reach out if you need a bit of Emlyn in the mix love there. Looks cool, guys. I think you got the new thing is, of course, the channel strip, the mic preamps, and you got the brown and the black knob adding saturation and color. Cool. There's a new product there from Waves. Look, I know Waves makes a lot of products. I know they, and they tend to do ridiculous marketing on their software. But let's be real, guys. They are still the bread and butter of the music and audio technology world. I don't know about you guys. Maybe you're not using Waves plugins, but I can tell you the industry standard, Waves got in early, right? Waves were around, 20 odd years ago. They got in early into the professional audio production area. In professional studios, Waves are still used. I can speak from experience. I've worked in many studios, many professional studios in, radio and TV broadcasting, and Waves is still very, very popular and used amongst many audio engineers. And, they still make quality and very good sounding products. The fact that they have, got together with Solid State Logic on this one, it's a no-brainer. It's going to sound really good. And if you like what, Waves does, or you like any of the SSL channel strips, this is really a really good time to save on getting that channel strip. But again, if you don't need, or you already have an SSL, you don't need to experience this. I mean, you can add your own saturation later on your plugin chain. I do not condone spending bunches of money on stuff you don't need. All right, last product here. This is super exciting. So this comes to us from Fabfilter, new product here. We've finished all our Black Friday, or we're going to call it Black Friday deals. Oh my God, this whole podcast was just Black Friday deals. But look, that's what I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this podcast, by the way. Let's get into this last product here. So this comes to us from Fabfilter. Who are Fabfilter? Oh my gosh, I don't know. They only make one of the best EQs on the freaking planet. The Pro Q3, yes, that's right. We've covered it on the channel. We've covered it on this podcast and on the YouTube channel if you want to check that out as well. Now they come to us with Volcano 3. What is Volcano 3? I'm going to play a video back for you, and I'm going to play about 2 minutes of this video, and you got to listen to this because, and it's got dialogue, so I'm going to let them speak. It's a really good example of what Volcano 3 can do. And then we're going to talk about what's new in Volcano, because obviously there's been Volcano 1. Well, they didn't call it Volcano 1, so it's called Volcano. Then it went to Volcano 2. Now we're at Volcano 3, and he's going to talk about what's new. There's a little bit at the end of this video. We're going to go about 2 minutes in, as I said. Let me just play it. I'm just going to be quiet now. Have a listen to what is awesome about this plugin.
Hi, and welcome to this introduction to Volcano 3, the latest iteration of Fabfilter's creative filter plugin. These days, Fabfilter are perhaps best known for their squeaky clean Pro Q3 equalizer, but it was in fact their more characterful filter models that first put them on the map, and presumably inspired the company name as well. So when they update all those original filter models over 15 years later, you expect it to be good, right? Fortunately, they don't disappoint. Let's start with 3 raw sawtooth waves from Twin 2 and run them through a classic-style low-pass filter, which is an updated version of the original Fab filter from Fabfilter 1.
Here's Volcano 3 in action now.
Let's give this some movement with some LFO modulation and add some squelchy resonance. We can change the filter slope from a gentle 6 dB per octave up to a steep 48 dB. I'll go with 24 dB this time. The ring around the frequency knob allows us to offset the cutoff for the left and right channels. If I create a new XLFO and drag a connection to this ring, I can add some stereo movement as well. And I'll also add another and use it to modulate the peak knob, so the resonance sweeps up and down automatically. None of this is new so far, but we do now have a drive knob, which is new. It simply changes the gain structure through the filter, so turning it up boosts the input while attenuating the output to compensate, and vice versa. And notice how dramatically this changes the resonance of the filter. Turning it down allows the resonance to whistle freely, almost unaffected by the signal passing through.
That's cool.
But turning it up pushes that resonance into saturation and distortion, so it's tamed a little, and starts to interact with the signal being processed. This is the biggest change that's happened under the hood. The non-linear behaviour of these filters has been dramatically improved, and pushing them hard now gives deliciously interesting results.
Wow, so there you go, guys. We're going to stop the video short there. It is a 9-minute tutorial. If you want to check that out, head over to fabfilter.com. Jump into the Volcano 3 video there. You can watch the rest of that video. But I just wanted to show you that audio example there because you can hear how much movement you can get with Volcano 3. The filters sound unbelievable. And this is an incredible product. Let me just read a little bit back here for you. Unbeatable filters. Nothing beats a vintage sounding gritty and creamy cut off filter. That's exactly what Fabfilter Volcano has been known for since its first release in 2005. And today, Volcano 3 continues to deliver the best in creative filtering and non-linear filter shapes and a completely redesigned interface that is an absolute delight to work with. Let's look at some of the new features here. So new is added new vintage sound EQ type filter shapes with the internal drive and non-linearities, bell, low, high, shelf, notch, and all pass. And you've also got new introduced drive setting per filter, adjusting the internal filter saturation, which allows for much more variety in sound and smoothness. You got a bunch of improvements as well. Improved the sound quality of overall feedback, the filters and internal saturation, improved various interface sizes and full screen mode. I love full screen mode. You can do that with the Pro Q3. And these GUIs are so freaking nice on Fabfilter. Makes some of the nicest looking graphical user interfaces. Some of the new, you got a minus 6 dB oscillator filter slope option. Another new thing is the level pan per filter, which is especially useful when using parallel filter routings. Don't really know what that exactly means, but I'm sure you'll learn when you use this plugin. And you got interactive MIDI learn. extensive help with interactive help hints available in VST, VST3 audio units, AAX native and audio suite formats. There's a bunch of new features there, but check it out if you haven't already. This is a wonderful plugin. I don't think it's a part of any Black Friday deal or anything like that. There is a 30-day free trial if you want to try it out as well. But for modulation and adding movement to sound, Volcano 3 ticks all the boxes. If you like Pro Q3, you're going to love Volcano 3. All right, that's going to be it for me on the podcast today. Wow. What a podcast. A couple of new products there, but mainly Black Friday deals. I hope this podcast has helped you in some way and you've enjoyed and it's been informative. I, of course, have enjoyed having you here. I love doing this podcast for you guys every week. And probably, dare I say, next week's also going to be a bunch of Black Friday deals. But as we get towards the end of season 2, with only a few more podcasts to go, we're going to go up to episode 50. We're going to, probably the last 2 to 3 podcasts, we'll just look at specific products. I'll also do a wrap up on my favorite soft synths for the year or up until 2021, at least for the last year. Maybe the end of last year, we'll look at some of those as well. I'll look at some of my favorite software. Actually, very excitingly, we do have, make sure you subscribe to Emlyn in the Mix on YouTube because we do have a new piece of software, which I cannot talk about, new soft synthesizer, which is really excited. I cannot talk about right now because I'm under embargo on that. But by next week, actually, we're going to be talking about that. So that'll be on the podcast next week. Anyway, thanks so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this podcast, please leave some feedback. Leave us 1, 3, 4, 5 stars, whatever you thought this podcast deserves, please, and leave a comment. And if you want to support the podcast, you are more than welcome. Just shout me a coffee. The link is in the description below or in the YouTube description below. And until next time, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I've enjoyed having you. Peace out. Boom.